Hello, I am Dan, aka the tipster in a suit, and I may not have been to the most racetracks. I've definitely not seen the most horses, but I am the best judge of race form that I know. And this is the week that I get to prove it. It is the week of Cheltenham Festival, 4 days of unbelievable racing that we've all got in front of us, and I absolutely cannot wait. Thank you to everyone who's liked, commented, and subscribed. It does mean a lot to me. But as I said in my first video, one of the reasons I set up this channel alongside communicating with this brilliant community is so I can hold myself to account. And these next 4 videos is me doing exactly that. Each day I'm going to do a video, the stakes I've done, the odds that I've got them at, and we'll see how we come out at the end of the festival, see if we can have a profitable one. Now, unfortunately, I'm not willing to pay to get the screenshots up onto the screen in post-editing, and I won't be having the time each day to do that. So, I'll tell you what, if you don't believe me, fair play to you, you're absolutely entitled to do that, but I have put these up ahead of each day. I'm not claiming to do the biggest books in the world, you know, like 4 figures each day, and they are my selections, they are the odds that I've taken, and if you're not willing to take me at my word, I appreciate your opinion on that. It is something that I'm going to look to get right for next year, absolutely. But yeah, that's the admin. In terms of multiples as well, apart from the multiple for each day that I'm staking with money, which I will let you know, the anti-post multiples that we've all been doing for months and months and months on end, I'm not going to go through each one of those. This video would be an hour long if I did. Most of them are done with free bets as well that I've accumulated throughout the year. So they are put to one side. Unless there's one worth an honourable mention. So on to the Tuesday's racing, and that first race of the day with that legendary roar is going to go off just for the start to have his 5 minutes of fame and not let them go off with a false start. So we'll all keep our fingers crossed that that doesn't happen, so we can feel that spine-tingling roar if they get going for the first time in the Supreme Novices Hurdle. Now, I am against the front 2 in the market on this one, Mystical Power and Tully Hill. I think there's holes to be picked in both of them. I want to thank people who put up Asian Master in my video of bigger odds than 20-1 horses. His form looks really strong. The RPR he posted is only 2 or 3 behind the top of the market. And if you take his form literally, he beat a 125 handicapper yardstick by 20 lengths. And the time he recorded it in was comfortably better than the maiden and the handicap on the day where he carried more weight. So I get my money back. So I've done a tenner on the nose, money back at 33-1. I've also done a fiver each way at 25-1. I've done Firefox. I've put £20 on him, and that's a money back with BetMGM. I do like his form where he beat Ballyburn. I think that is rock solid form. And while Ballyburn may not have been revved up to 100% with a lot of Mullins horses not winning first time out, I still think it is good form. I'm happy to put a line through that last run at the Lawlers of Naas. It was over a chip a little bit too far and he didn't quite settle right. Back down to 2 miles should see him to best effect. So I've done £20 at 4-1, money back, and a further £5 at 6-1. Finally, Slade Steele, I didn't want to let him go and win it, and I haven't covered it. So a small cover bet on him. I've done £7.50 at 5.2-1. I think that form behind Ballyburn is good form. And while he'll be better over further and looks made to be a chaser, I just did want to cover myself a little bit. So that's £7.50 at 5.2-1. Now's a good time to say any with a decimal point I've done on the exchange. And rather than letting you know what I've struck at, I've just converted it across to 1 to make it as simple as possible. Next up is the Arkle, and it is a wide open race. I wouldn't put you off any of the horses in this one, but for me, I like one at a bigger price, Matata at 25-1. I think that form where it was second, given over a stone to Liberty Hunter, is really, really good form. And if Matata does well, you want to be looking at Liberty Hunter for the Grand Annual. I also think the second where it jumped wrong a few fences at Lingfield, still got it to be a close second to JPR1, is good form, and I think Matata could reverse that. So it's £10 each way at 25-1. And of the Irish, I like Founder 50. I think he's a super game horse. He will battle to the end. He just lost out to Illitate Tont, who's probably £5 to £10 better at Leopardstown than anywhere else, so he will reverse that form. And with Gaelic Warrior jumping right on a tight track and a shorter runner, you can discount him. So I've done £7.50 at 4 to 1 and a further tenner at 7.2 to 1, the current price available on the exchange. Next up is the Ultima, and I had a short list of 24. No, I didn't have every runner on the short list, but I did have a fair few. So some that I've let go and I've not backed. Twig, I think, could have a shot. Kitty's Light could go on and do well as a prep run for the Grand National. And Gevry as well has run well at the festival at massive odds before, but I've let all of them go. £1 free bet on Lord Dumanil at 33 to 1. I've also done £2.50 at 54 to 1 on the exchange and a further £5 each way at 40 to 1. Look, Lord Dumanil is rated 140 and has been competing in veterans handicaps, but that mark has been slipping and he's formerly a 150 rated horse. I think the second behind Sapage over an inadequate trip was not bad form at all, and he's also come second in a national hunt chase at the festival. So we know he acts at the track, we know he's slipped to a mark that he's capable of winning off. And in a race at Vintage Clouds as a veteran, went and won, 3 years ago, I believe it was. I'm fancying Lord Dumanil to do the same. I like Victorino as well. I think that win at Ascot is really rock solid form. Yeah Man went out and franked the form at the Haydock Grand National Trial. Phlegmatic went on and won, and Blackjack Magics ran some good runs and was a good winner the time before that. So the form of that handicap looks strong. Victorino only went up £4 for that and has been dropped £1 since for 2 subpar runs, one of which was over a trip too short. So I've done £3 on the nose at 25 to 1 and a further £4 each way at 16 to 1, 7 places. Finally, I'm on the Gotha, £7.50 at 7.2 to 1. I think of those at the top of the market, that run last year in the Ultima where he came fourth is really good form, and I think that form is better than those around him in Stuntstown and Meeting of the Waters. So on the nose, I've done £7.50 on the Gotha at 7.2 to 1. The Champion Hurdle, look, it will be probably a procession for State Man, and I think Irish Point will do well enough over a trip I wish he wasn't doing. I wish he was in the stayers. But I like Not So Sleepy to pick up a place. So I've done £5 each way on him at a boosted 35 to 1. I think he acts well on soft and heavy, and the ground will definitely be soft. And he is essentially a 150s rated horse compared to a load of handicappers like Iberico Lord at 143, Nemean Lion, Colonel Mustard, Lucia. They're all just handicappers. And while he is getting on a little bit in age, I still think he is better than the rest of them. So I like him to play, so I've done him 5 each way. And I've also done the reverse tri-cast of State Man, Irish Point, and Not So Sleepy, and I've done £9 on that reverse tri-cast. Next up is the Mares Hurdle, and look, Lossiemouth, a very likely winner, and I understand, but Triumph Hurdle winners don't tend to go on and do well in their 5-year-old season. I know she was good at Cheltenham, but that was a slowly run race where she was allowed to go and accelerate and show her pace. And while I don't doubt she's a speedy horse, there is question marks over her stamina. A truly run race over 2-4, I may catch her out, so at short odds I'm happy to put her to one side. So instead I've done Marie's Rock £7.50 each way at 14 to 1. She's a rock solid horse who, has won at the festival, is probably at her premium trip over 2.5. So it's worth a go at 14 to 1. You Wear It Well, festival winner last year, put a line through that last run and it ran Marie's Rock close over a trip a little bit too far for her as well. So back at a trip she'll like, at a track she acts at, I've got £2.50 each way at 50 to 1. And Love Envoy, what a story it would be if Love Envoy went and won on her swan song run. She's been campaigned at 2 miles this season, is now back at the trip that will suit her. She idled in front, I'm not hearing anything else. She idled in front and it allowed Honeysuckle to get back. Am I saying Honeysuckle wouldn't have won? No, I'm not. But the two of them drew nicely clear away from the rest, and I think Love Envoy could have been even closer if it didn't hit the front so soon. A former festival winner as well of the Mares Novice, has tons and tons going for her, so I have done £10 each way at 14 to 1 on Love Envoy. Next up is the Boodles, and a shout out to JP and Kieran. They put me on to Nara at 33 to 1, and I got £2.50 on the nose at that. It carried extra weight the last time out. in that race that always produces 4 of the last 5 Boodles winners, including Jazzy Matty, Brazil, Band of Outlaws, and another one that's eluded me. So I've done a further £5 at 15.5 to 1 on the exchange as well, and that's on the nose. I like KDB, no, not Kevin De Bruyne, you football fans, it is Cara des Blazers, who is weighted the best out of the 3 from that race against Nadawi and Miss Mansour, yet is the biggest in the market. I got £5 each way at 33 to 1, and then I've done another fiver now at 19 to 1 on the exchange. And I also like Roaring Legend. If you go back and watch its run 2 runs back, it was finishing, rattling home. It wouldn't have got to Liari, but it now meets it on much better terms. The last race, it hit the front too soon, and it allowed the other 2 to get past, and that therefore then dropped his mark as well. So I think he has a good chance, where I've done £2.50 each way at 33 to 1. I've done £2.50 on the nose at 47 to 1, and then £2.50 to place in the top 5 at 5.2, because I think he'll be rattling home here regardless. It is a competitive race, you know, Boodles, big field handicap, so it's smaller stakes in that one. And then on to the national hunt. Now, one of my biggest punts of the week is Salvador Ziggy, and I want it to be that if Salvador Ziggy comes in, you know, I'm going to be up for the festival. It's in my Yankee video. That's been the best video I've put out by a mile. So if you're watching this, you probably know I'm on Salvador Ziggy. But it was also a selection in one of my selection videos. So I got a tenner at 12 to 1 on the nose and a further £20 at 12 to 1 each way. I've gone in again because, like I said, I want to make it worthwhile if he wins. So I've done another £15 at 6.4 to 1. The other horse I'm backing in this race, it was the first horse I put up on this channel, the very first horse, Kilbeg King. It's a shame he's not utilising that mark of 142, but I do trust in Honeyball, who Miss Parfois could have done a similar thing, but stuck her in the further trip and it brought out better effect of her. And I think the same is going to happen with Kilbeg King. He wasn't tiring at the line at Kempton or in his last run, where he just got touched off by Henry's friend. And the extra 6 furlongs I can only see being a benefit to him. Also, how much would I kick myself if Kilbeg King won and I didn't back it right? You know, I'd be absolutely gutted. Again, it's one of those I'm against the top 2 in the market. I think Corbett's Cross is a bit of a hype horse. Embassy Gardens is going to be too buzzy, and I don't think he's an immaculate jumper. So I fancy taking on those 2. So just to clarify, Salvador Ziggy, a tenner on the nose at 12 to 1, £20 each way at 12 to 1, and then a further 15 at 6.4. And then Kilbeg King, I did 20 quid on the nose at 12 to 1. I've done another fiver at 11 to 1, and I've done a £5 reverse forecast on the 2 of them, firmly taking on the top 2 in the market. What I've also done is I've done a 25p each way on 7 horses, which is Firefox, Matata, The Goffer, Irish Point, Love Envoy, KDB, and Salvador Ziggy, plus a 10p each way Lucky Hines. So the total outlay is £3.90. Is that right? I did the maths earlier. I think it's £3.30, not £3.90. So I do apologise about that. So sorry for the confusion. I've mistyped. It is £3.30 outlay, not £3.90. I will clarify in the comments below. That's a little bit embarrassing, but we're 13 minutes in, and a special mention to an anti-post bet I did. It was a free bet. I got Love Envoy at 8 to 1, Ballyburn Fully Ballymore at 6 to 1, and Al Fabiola at 7 to 4 for the champion chase. So essentially, those last 2 are definitely going to go and win. So I've got Love Envoy to return £861 in my book. As long as those 2 other certs go in, I'm riding on Love Envoy for 861. So there we are. There's the stakes. There's the odds. There is everything to do with Tuesday. Putting it out there, and let's see if I can get a winning return. I want to wish the best of luck to all of you for the Tuesday. And if you are going, I'm going to be there. So do say hi. Tell me what selections you've got, how you're getting on. And I'd love to have a chat with you. And the best of luck with Cheltenham to come. I'll see you on the next one.